Hey everybody, and welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today I'm just doing a real quick video. I'm going to show off my new toggle switch setup, go over some of the future plans for the channel. We do have, and I almost posted today, we do have a really big project coming up. Actually kind of a little bit life-changing project for my wife and I, but the paperwork hasn't quite gone through yet on that, so I didn't want to announce it and then something not quite happen the way we were expecting it. So I'm pushing that off until some of that paperwork comes back on it. And then lots of other projects, and we'll talk about a few of those in just a moment. Before we do, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like if you enjoy this type of content. Also, make sure to check us out on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports, where we do giveaways. We're doing one right now, giving away the face of a wheel that my cousin and I broke. We're going to be painting it all up, making it look nice, and it'll be kind of like a wall decoration kind of thing. So anyways, let's go and check out my toggle switch panel real quick. It's nothing too crazy, very similar to what I used to have, but I want to talk about the way it functions and why I build toggle switch panels. And then also want to talk about the fact that I'll make you a toggle switch panel. If somebody's interested in having toggle switch panels done, I've done them before for people. They're not cheap, and not because I charge a bunch for labor, but just like materials. So when we go show you mine, I think if you just bought the parts to mine without the carbon fiber, toggle switch panel itself, if you just use like Alumilite or like scrap metal or wood or whatever, I think you're like 120 bucks just in like wiring and toggle switches and stuff like that. So let's go see mine real quick, kind of give a rough update on what's going on with the car, why it's still sitting like this, and what's coming soon on this one as well. So the reason my race car is still sitting up like this, even though the rear end is now done, is because the exhaust is not done on it and I haven't decided what all I want to do. I've played around with many different ways of doing the exhaust, doing a axle dump, building it into the diffuser, and I think the easiest way to do it is I'll be wiring the headers into one 3-inch with a muffler all the way out to the back, and I'll probably center exit a pair of tips with a diffuser. The diffuser will basically remove this entire black portion there. So that's why the car's up right now. I want to kind of get that exhaust set up and ready to go. It's going to look kind of funny having the exhaust done and the diffuser not. So hopefully I can get that diffuser built fairly soon. Fuel cell, as you can see here, I just welded in that bottom plate. There wasn't a spare tire well in there. I cut that out to do this quad exhaust originally, and I ended up putting a plate and reinforcements. So the fuel cell is coming. The car doesn't actually start right now. RevMatch will be doing a tune for it, which leads us into the next thing we're gonna be doing. So if you can see inside the car here, the instrument cluster is out. We have M3 instrument clusters. Those will be done very soon. The other thing is that we're gonna be using the unit here that has the cruise control. Two reasons. One, I don't have cruise control because we went to an aftermarket steering wheel. The other reason is because RevMatch can actually use that cruise control stock, turn on and off burble tunes. You can do rolling launch controls and things like that. And yeah, they're really not that expensive. So in order to get just my cruise control back, that stock would be worth it. And where RevMatch can do other tuning, I think that's awesome. That system is here at the house and ready to put on. Just need to get the time to do it. I think it was like 80 bucks used, and it came with the whole thing. So not just the stock, this entire unit. I've got it unbolted right now. That entire unit, and supposedly it plugs right in and you don't have to do anything else. So hopefully that's the way that turns out. There's my old instrument cluster sitting over there. Again, we'll be using the M3 ones. RevMatch can tune the RPM, the lights. You can do shift lights and warm up lights. So as your car warms up, they'll slowly tick back, showing you where it's recommended that you can or can't rev to. So ignore the mess in here. Like I said, I just redid all this. I've got wiring, I've got my notes here to make sure that I've got everything plugged in like it's supposed to. This is my new updated toggle switch panel. Now, I never did a build on this because I built this back, I think, before I started recording YouTube. So I've had this for a while. This is a A.G. Hartman plate. It was like 70 or 80 bucks when I got it. I thought that was worth it. And not just because it saves you time, but it's thin. If you use too thick of metal, sometimes the screws have a hard time going back in to where they used to sit. So this would be like the radio screws used to sit here, and then the climate control screws sat there. And this goes all the way up to where your vents sit. You don't have to do one this big. If I build one for somebody, if somebody's interested, I can do them in here. So my original toggle switch panel was actually inside this, which is why the back of that is gone. You can see all the way through it. So it was kind of hidden. So you'd open it up like this and I could do the switches and then you could shut it again. It's kind of cool, kind of like a hidden toggle switch panel. I can do all sorts of cool stuff. That's what's nice about building it yourself and having it custom. So before, I just had the USB charger here, and I have upgraded to one that shows your battery voltage. So you can turn that on and off. This is on all the time. The reason for that is because if you want to charge your phone, you can go ahead and do that. And no, that doesn't necessarily hurt the battery. It would take forever for your phone to run out of battery. This little LED screen right here or charging your phone isn't going to hurt the battery, but you can turn that off if you want to. So 2 USBs and 1 USB-C, pretty cool. The one toggle right next to it, and we'll just start here on the bottom row, was not there. And this right here, the light used to sit here. So I had 2 spots that I needed to free up. The reason for that is I did not have a spot here for my fuel pump. So my fuel pump is now here. And then you've got your accessory and your on and your ignition. The ignition is a temporary switch. So you'd push up until the car starts and then let go. I'm not gonna flick all these on because I got things disconnected. I don't wanna mess with anything. But yeah, accessory on ignition, that's a momentary switch. And then you have an e-stop right here, which as you saw, shut off the power to that. And this right here shuts off the power to the whole system. Twist to reset, goes back to turning that light off. And that light is very big and very red. And I did that on purpose so that if you get in the car and you're like, why isn't this starting? That's why. This switch right here is, I believe, the demon eyes on the front of the car. Just a silly switch. You don't have to have something there. This one right here turns on my gauges. And it will actually turn on all the gauges. So I've got a couple more coming over here on the A-pillar, and that will turn those on. This is the electric fan. The light's burnt out on that. I'm not sure what's going on here. And then this one right here is free. This one's available. That will turn on when we've got something hooked to it. Whenever I find something I need a switch for, this one is available. Anyways, that's my new layout. And I'll tell you guys right now, if you're gonna build one, build it right the first time, because this took me so long to undo what I did, try to figure out what the heck I was doing before so that I could kind of like, I don't know, it was like I had to unsolve a puzzle and then build a new puzzle. And it took a lot longer than just like starting from scratch. So anyways, getting really excited, getting really close to being warm enough to start driving the cars. I think we took my wife's car out the other day. It got pretty cold, but it was good to take the car out, make sure everything's still functioning properly. She is getting a shifter. She doesn't know about it quite just yet. It's a YDC shifter. It's going to be all pink, pretty crazy looking. She's also getting the same thing. So we bought 2 of these systems here that have the cruise control stock, and I bought 2 of those. A seller on eBay had a pair of the M3 clusters for like $2 something a piece. So I think we paid like $4.50 shipping for the pair, which is pretty good because normally they sell anywhere now between like $300 to $400 or $500 each. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. If you are interested in a toggle switch panel, let me know. It'd be best if you built or supplied your own board here, whatever the panel is, wherever it fits. It doesn't matter what car it is. I can make a panel for any car. Before we end today's video, I'm going to give a quick teaser, and then we'll wrap this up, and we will see everybody next time. All right, well, there's your teaser. If you've been watching my Instagram, which everybody should be, following us on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports, you might already know what's going on. So anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bam!